You and your immortal friends amuse yourselves with practical jokes. Since you're immortal, some of your joke setups take centuries or even millennia to execute. Naturally, being immortals, we'd try to find new ways to amuse ourselves as the time went by. Our practical jokes seemed the perfect way to do this, and they started getting more elaborate as our friendship grew. The fall of Rome was one we took a bit too far, we both agreed. But as I looked out the window and saw the rocky expanse below, I felt excitement I hadn't experienced in centuries. For as long as I'd known him, he'd always wanted to be at the forefront of space travel. It made sense, really. He knew he'd have to be able to traverse the stars if he had any hope of truly enjoying being alive forever. I remember sitting next to him while he eagerly watched the moon landing. He knew it would just be another century or so until we'd finally be able to visit Mars, and he looked at me with joy. Actual joy. That was a rare sight. When the time finally came, me, being his best friend, naturally wanted to join him for the ride. We volunteered to be the first two on the suicide trip there, and the world rejoiced. We'd generally hidden from the public spotlight, but he said that we couldn't avoid this one. This time the whole world would be watching us nearing our destination. I deviated from our landing spot. I hoped he wouldn't notice. "Where are you going?" he asked, staring out of the window. His leg was shaking, like it did every time he was excited. "Oh, come on," I replied with a smirk. "I'm letting you take the first steps on Mars. The least you can do is let me take a little detour." I reached the site, carefully landing the spacecraft. He'd already unfastened his seatbelts. I'd never seen him so eager. The doors slowly opened, and he prepared himself to be the first man on Mars. He looked back at me, gave a thumbs up, then took a step forward, then stopped. He'd noticed a massive structure looming over the spacecraft. He stared at it. There was no denying it. It was a statue of something, of someone. I grinned, trying to suppress my laughter. See, while we were both immortal, I'd been alive far longer than he ever was.